This interview is brought to you by Johnson's Tire Service. If you need to store your tires for the winter, call Johnson's.
This is Jeff Landfield with the Alaska Landmine. I want to welcome you to our first of many interviews with Alaskan politicians. Today, we're featuring none other than Alaska Governor Bill Walker. Governor Walker, thank you for being here. Many have expressed some concern about you appearing on the Alaska Landmine with me, Jeff Landfield, in this interview. Do you have any comments on how that might affect, your popularity?
Obviously, based on the decisions I've made, my focus isn't on being in a popularity contest.
Speaking of popularity contests, you have an election coming up next year, and rumor has it that you've been thinking of replacing Byron Malott with me. Can you comment on that?
That would be a scenario that would be good for Alaska.
Wow, Governor, I'm humbled, really I am, but I think I'm much better suited here at the Alaska Landmine. Speaking of elections, you originally ran with Craig Fleener, and he got away. He stepped aside and allowed Byron Malott to join you, and you guys eventually won. Since then, Craig's been, kind of pushed out, pushed down, and now he's in D.C. If you win re-election, is that something your administration is going to continue to do with Craig?
It needs to be ongoing, and so we stay on it pretty much around the clock.
What do you really think of Byron Malott?
Low energy.
And just one more. What about Senator Kevin Meyer?
Low energy.
On the topic of low energy, we got to take a quick break. We got to pay the bills. This segment is brought to you by Republican candidate for governor Scott Hawkins. He exists. Governor Walker, I have to ask you about the permanent fund dividend. You enjoyed taking the half the dividend, didn't you?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I liked it.
All right, Governor. I know it's uncomfortable and it's hard to talk about, but just between us, hey, cut the camera. Between us, you're going for the whole thing. You want the whole dividend, right? Keep rolling.
Absolutely. In fact, I've stepped a bit beyond that.
You've been governor for 3 years now. Do you think most Alaskans know that you wear a pink Speedo underneath your suit?
Their awareness of the situation is much higher than it would have been a year ago. And I think that's a result of a lot of work that was done by different organizations. The Rasmussen Foundation is an example.
It's no secret that Juneau's a bit of a party town. What organizations in Alaska would you say are the best to party with?
A Rotary Club, a Chamber of Commerce, a Teachers Association, or a City Council and Assembly.
Well, Governor, sounds like you like to have a good time. But when you're in Juneau, I've heard a term that's being used for people who party hard and drink hard. They're bowling. You're going really hard, you're drinking, you're having a good night, you're going bowling. You're part of a bowling team. Are you part of that? Do you go bowling? And if so, who are some good bowlers that you like to hang out with down there?
I can attest that the Speaker Chenault is an excellent bowler, and Representative Guerra is a great bowler. There's lots of Representative Thompson, as I'm thinking. The really great ones sort of stand out in our league.
How often do you guys go bowling?
Throughout the summer. We've met a number of times throughout the summer, and so.
Governor, besides Juneau, where else do you guys go bowling?
I was in Delta Junction for a day, Homer. It's been great too, and each time it's by invitation.
Oh, Governor, all this talk of bowling is making me a little thirsty. I got something for you. That's the mobile version for you. Just grab that. Have a little bit of that later. Just have to ask you, Governor, about the last election. Would you say it's fair to say that you guys rigged it? Was it a rigged election?
That's why I'm in this position.
Well, Governor, thank you for this interview. I just have one more question for you. Do you hate the legislature?
Absolutely.
Well, Governor Walker, I want to thank you for coming here and being so honest and really telling us how you really feel. Thanks again. This has been Jeff Landfield with the Alaska Landmine. I want to thank you for watching and stay tuned for many more interviews with Alaskan politicians.